One.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Keefa Ray premiering my new show. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Keefa Ray premiering the new show, Savage Talk with Keefa. We are on live 101 TKO Radio. Look, woo! Yes, get my applause, y'all. Get my applause, y'all. I am so excited to be here. Thank you for tuning in. Again, you are listening to 101 TKO Radio, Savage Talk with your girl Keefa. Brand new show. So I am so excited to be here because guess what? I'll always have a lot to talk about. I'll always have a lot to talk about. So listen, you may want to know why they call me the AI Savage. You may want to know why they call me the fitness thug. I got time to tell y'all about all of that. But first, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I know a lot of y'all have already downloaded the app. If you have not already, please download the app, 101 TKO Radio. That is the best way to tune in, so you don't have to be searching around. I want you to get these goods easy. Get these gems easy. I want you to be able to tap in with me, tune in, call in, ask questions, all of that. So with that being said, again, Savage Talk with your girl Keefa. This is what I want to talk about tonight. Check this out. We are in Atlanta, right? We're in Atlanta. Atlanta is known for having superstars, real housewives. Everybody's famous, okay? A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities. We even have C and D-list celebrities, right? I might even be somewhere on that list. Maybe down at the F's, G, H, Z's. Who knows? But we have so many celebrities. Now, if you have not been under a rock, you probably have heard about this dude, Keith Lee. Have y'all heard about him? Nelson, you heard about Keith Lee?
I heard about him.
Yeah, so check this out. Keith Lee, this brother, he's got 14.5 million followers on TikTok. Was a martial artist. This is what initially made me interested in him. My background is in martial arts. This brother, he was a martial artist turned TikTok food star. Okay, this is kind of absurd because you can be TikTok famous. We've heard of TikTok famous, but this brother is TikTok famous. Okay, TikTok famous, 14.5 million followers. And he is known to support restaurants that he loves that are going under by getting his followers to all support that restaurant. So I applaud that because we need more brothers and sisters that's like that. Help these small businesses out. You guys know I'm all about small businesses. I'm all about getting small businesses a hand up because I'm a small business. I know what it takes. We got to grind and hustle and compete with the big businesses. So where do we compete? Service and excellent products. Excellent service, excellent products. But guess what happened? Well, good old Keith came to Atlanta and he dropped in on some of these A-list restaurants. And guess what happened? You probably heard. A lot of these restaurants didn't make the cut. They didn't make the cut. But this is what I love. Keith, number one, like I said, that's my brother's name. But I'm giving a shout out to Keith because he said all the stuff that we be thinking, right? We want to know why y'all charging us 18% gratuity when we didn't get nothing gratuitous. That's the first thing. I got nothing. And listen, I'm a brunch lover. I'm one of those people. I love to go to Atlanta. I love to dress up, get sexy, and go to these Atlanta brunches because lots of good things do happen at these brunches. You can build a whole business. You can get funding for your business. There are people that some people need to know at these places. But why do I have to go there and pay my good money to get bad service? Well, Keith answered these questions. And let me tell you, Keith, thank you. That's the first thing I want to say. Thank you for saying the things that a lot of us think. I don't want to forget this, if you were somebody that you actually do brunch big in Atlanta, we have brunch clubs. We have brunch clubs out here. So it really is a huge thing. If you're somebody who regularly frequents the brunch scene, I want you to call in on the show, okay? Here's the number, 678-439-7419, because I want you to weigh in on this. 678-439-7419. So check this out. He talked about the food. You know there's places out here that's charging for butter. If you order a waffle or some pancakes, they
Are you serious? For butter?
they charge it seriously, syrup and butter. These are well-known restaurants charging you an upcharge.
Can I bring my own butter?
Listen, we already doing that. And we're not asking. We bring in our own butter and we bring in our own syrup if we have to. But you know what? They're going to start checking bags soon. I mean, who knows? I'm joking. But the reality is this points to a larger issue in the Atlanta community. And I think that larger issue is, and we've talked about it so often, why do our businesses have such poor customer service? Because see, it's my belief, when you have a business, whatever you're charging, and I don't tell people what they should charge, right? Like, I'm not that person. I'm going to pay what something is worth. That's the person I am. And those are the type of clients I want in my own business, okay? Now, the question is, what is it worth, right? What is your service and your products worth? So if I'm at one of these brunch restaurants and I order chicken and waffles, and first of all, I had to wait over an hour because y'all don't take reservations. So I've already waited over an hour. And then a celebrity comes in, they don't have reservations either, and they get seated right away. What do y'all think about that? Like, for real, tell me what you think about that.
You know, I get why they may do that, because they hoping if the celebrity eats there, it's gonna bring more attention to them. You know, people gonna be like, "Oh, such and such ate there, so it must be good." You know.
Yeah, I get that, but check this out. What if it ain't no good? What if it ain't no good? You think the celebrity's gonna tell the truth?
No, they're just not gonna do it.
Exactly. So the thing is, I'm always gonna be about the consumers, right? I'm always gonna be about the consumers being educated and knowing what we pay for, because I am one of those people. I don't like to complain at a restaurant. I'm the type, I'm just gonna pay for it and not come back. But the thing is, Atlanta is known all over the United States for having bad customer service at our restaurants. And I think that says something about how we're doing business. And because I want all of our Black businesses to win, I think we just need to take this Kevin Lee stuff as an example. Keith Lee, excuse me. We need to take this Keith Lee stuff as an example and fix our processes, train employees, just so that they can say, look, hey, what's up? Can I get a good greeting? You know, and I'm not the complaining type, but I think the issue is we're not getting the value of what we're paying. Right? I don't want to pay an 18% gratuity if you did not treat me gratuitous. You see what I'm saying? If you only came and checked on me one time, and you brought me, I ordered chicken and waffles, and you bring me a cold waffle, that means you have not attended to me. Now, the thing is, I understand sometimes that's how people make their living, based on tips. I understand the economy is not great right now. I understand that people are struggling. However, when you commit to doing something, when you say, I am going to start a business and I am going to charge $297 for some chicken and waffles or whatever the experience is. Because see, I like experiences. In the brunch scene in Atlanta, it's about an experience. I get that. But when a business misses the mark and I don't get the experience that I paid for, then I have a problem. And I think he exposed that. those of us who live in Atlanta and go to these brunches, we kind of just, like, speaking for myself, I got to the point to where, okay, I've complained to the manager. What's next? What else can I do? Some of these things, some of these restaurants, you can pay $20 to park and still get a boot on your car.
Yep.
Ask me how I know this. Nelson, ask me how I know this. Because one of the brunch spots I went to, that is exactly what happened. Because in the very, very finest print, that $20 was for 2 hours. Now that's crazy, y'all. Yeah, so that's right, mailroom. It's true. The customer service does not equal the value that we're getting, okay? And I want y'all to pay attention to this, because in business, it's never about how much something costs. It's always about, are you getting the value? Or is your ideal client seeing the value? Because if they see the value, they're going to pay whatever you charge. All right? It might be $1,500 for a brunch. But if the value is there, I'm the type of person that's going to pay it. Now, that goes back to knowing your ideal market. And I think what in Atlanta with this brunch scene, these restaurant owners, they know their ideal market. And I guess what the ideal market is, lots of people who want to front, lots of people who just want to see celebrities, lots of people who are just doing to do, when there should be a purpose behind, why am I going to support this restaurant when I know the service is going to be bad? I know that I'm going to have to wait a long time. And I know that the product is not going to be great. So I want to thank Keith for bringing that to light, because he really did just say the things that a lot of us are thinking, but we felt like we really had nowhere to turn. Okay, that's why that's a savage conversation, because hard things need to be said. And these managers, I think they need to really pay attention to the Google reviews. They need to pay attention to the Google reviews, because listen, I'm a master Google reviewer. I'll go do a Google review and it'll be a whole doggone essay. And I'm going to talk about what it smelled like when I walked in. I'm going to talk about what the ambiance was like when I walked in. I'm going to talk about if the waiter or the waitress was musty. I'm going to talk about if they didn't brush their teeth and they don't look presentable. Because if you're charging me $100 for brunch and the waitress is musty, or the waiter has a nasty mouth, or dirty fingernails, like I'm talking about all the things that I've seen before. I put that in a review. Why? Because I didn't get the value of what I paid for. And that's really what it comes down to. It's never anything personal, but it's always about the value. Okay? So I want you guys to weigh in on it. We're going to have a break coming up. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. Look, call in number 678 439-7419, 678-439-7419. Hit your girl up, because I want to talk to y'all. Tell me what you think about this brunch scene and this Keith Lee stuff, okay? 14.5 million followers. 14.5 million followers. Come back, Keith. I want you to go to the Waffle House down the street. I want you to go to every restaurant that I frequent, and I want you to say the same stuff that I've been saying, but say it to your 14.5 million followers. All right, it's your girl, Keefa. We got a break coming up, so stay tuned. Come back on the other side of the break and weigh in with me, okay? All right, y'all. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Keefa Ray. I'm back after the break, so check this out. Before the break, we were talking about Keith Lee and the poor service we get at these Atlanta restaurants, all right, and how we're going to fix it. I'm relating that to all things business. So, look, one thing you guys are going to learn about me, if you don't already know me, everything I talk about, everything comes from a space of living your best life. And in order to live your best life, you got to first create your best life. And in order to create your best life, you got to not be broke. Okay? So look, if you hate money, I am not the show to listen to. Savage Talk. Savage Talk is all about creating your best life, living your best life, and having that brand so you can do the things that you want to do. Okay? Now, back to the brunch spots. When you work hard and you earn this money and you are looking forward to getting up, taking your shower, right? Shower in the morning. You shower at night, you shower in the morning too. I know how y'all be partying at nighttime. Don't listen. It just now got back to winter time. And when it's hot, y'all need to shower at night and in the morning. Anyway, okay, let me get back to what I'm saying though. For real, when you're looking forward to getting up, going to brunch, maybe you're going with your man, maybe you're going with your girls, maybe you're going to have a business meeting, maybe you're going to try something new. Whatever it is, you have created this concept in your mind that you're going to show up with your red bottoms on. Hopefully your feet don't be hurting. Maybe wearing flats. Whatever you're going to do, just keep it right, keep it popping. Don't show up looking scraggly, okay? Don't show up looking scraggly. Show up looking all good, and then they tell you it's an hour and 40-minute wait. What? Wait a minute. Why does that happen? Why is it an hour and 40-minute wait? Well, guess what? Because it wasn't updated on the website. Website isn't updated. Why? Because, see, they don't have the right plugins that can tell their customers that there's an hour and 40-minute wait. Please call and make a reservation. See, small businesses need to have these things in place to improve the customer experience. So one of the things you can do is have plugins on your website that show how long the wait time is. All right? If you're not taking reservations, you got to do everything you can to make the experience great for the people coming in, spending their money. We've looked forward to this day. We didn't save this new Fashion Over dress just for this event. Okay? Yes, brunch is an event. We didn't save this new shine dress, Shein dress. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? Fashion Over, Shein, Swanker Posh, all of that stuff you spending your money on, these $12 dresses. You can only wear them once, so I know you saved them for brunch. You save these for brunch, and then you get there, and they tell you it's an hour and 40-minute wait. Okay, so what you going to do? You going to wait, or you going to go to the next spot? So most of y'all just wait, right? I've done that before. So now I've waited, and I finally get a table. Me and my girls, we get a table at the spot, and then we wait another 45 minutes for somebody to just come say, hi, I'm going to be your server. Can I take your drink order? You guys doing the bottomless mimosas? What you gonna do? So that's another 40 minutes. Time is money, right? Time can be waiting around and stress. So I say all of this to say there is many opportunities for these Atlanta restaurants if they don't want Keith to call him out, because all he did was speak the truth. And I know it's true because it's been true for me, everything that he said. But wait a minute, they charging for butter now? Come on now. How you a brunch spot and you charge for butter? That's exactly. Heck to the nizzle. Okay? So we finally get somebody to come take our order after we waited 45 minutes. And then it's another 40 minutes before our food comes. And then when the food comes, it's cold. So that butter I paid for, it won't even spread on my waffle or my pancake. Because why? The waffle and the pancake is cold. It's another 40 minutes. So you guys get my point. These are all areas that can be improved. And once improved, will improve the customer experience. And people like Keith and you all and myself that go to these restaurants, we can give them great reviews because see, now I know they are about taking care of me and not just about the money. Because that's one of the things that we've said. You know, these restaurants, they just about making that money. They want the tip. They want you. Some of them want you to pay before you even go in there. So all of this, like a lot of things that happen that start off online, you know, the internet has made it possible for real change, right? Prior to everything in the dark coming to light by way of cameras, by way of Google reviews, by way of viral video. Prior to that, you know, these restaurants, man, they could treat us any type of way. They could charge us anything and treat us any type of way. But see, that era is changing. That era is changing thanks to regular restaurant reviewers like Keith. See, that's different than that. What are those the fancy French restaurants called when they get them stars and all them accolades? Yeah, the Michelin stars. That's the thing. Michelin, I think, of tires. Okay, Michelin is a tire. Okay, and you need 4 of them. All right. Now, I'm not talking about that. Keith represents us regular people, and us regular people. Sometimes we like the same thing. We all want good service. We all want value for the money. So I'm taking it back to value for the money. Okay. So look, this is interesting. Remember, I said everything I talk about is gonna relate to building your bank, building your relationships, or building your health. Okay. Health, wealth, and relationships. Those are everything, okay? If you can discover something in your own life that is not related to your health, to your wealth, or your relationships, let me in. I'm all ears. Please let me in. Those of you that have businesses, you know, and even if you don't have a business, you got goals for the beginning of the year. We are in November. Can you believe that? We are already in November. Bless you. We are in November. So what I want to know is, what are you guys doing to plug, position, and promote yourselves for the new year? Okay, did you hear what I said? Plug, position, and promote. That's the real PPP. Okay, so I'm going to drop knowledge on you guys. The real PPP. Plug, position, and promote. All right. And of course, I came up with that. That's all your girl, the AI Savage. That's me. So the reason why I came up with that is because in my business coaching, what I discovered is 99% of people get that wrong. Why do they get that wrong? Because they're talking to the wrong people. They're struggling, like they're working on the wrong stuff. And if you own a business, what is your number one job? Market and promote. Plug, position, and promote. Right? Because if it ain't no leads, it ain't no sales. If it ain't no sales, it ain't no business. If it ain't no business, you ain't gonna be happy. If you ain't happy, you cannot create the life that you want. And if you ain't happy, see, some of y'all, when y'all don't feel good, you won't go work out either. I'm gonna call you out on that too. Like, everything got to be right for you to get yourself into the gym. No, everything got to be right for you to get on the phone and start cold calling people. You know, you guys, and listen, when I say you guys, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm always talking to myself first. We will focus on all of the stuff that doesn't make a difference in our business, right? Tedious work. tedious work to avoid doing the work that needs to be done. Some of you guys don't even want to talk to people. Like, you want to sell products, but you don't even want to get your face on screen and actually tell people, hey, I'm so-and-so. I got something to sell. Like, I swear to you, I'm going to say, for those of y'all that don't even want to get on camera, but you want to make money in your business, thank God for AI. Okay? Because, yeah, now with AI, you can create your avatar, and your avatar can look like you. It can talk like you. It can talk in multiple languages. It can have voice inflections like you. All of that. So you really don't need to get on camera. But I'm going to tell you what. There is nothing like talking to someone, talking to your people, letting them get to know, like, and trust you. So what you doing? What are you doing to plug, position, and promote your business? Okay. What are you doing to plug, position, and promote your good health? What are you doing to plug, position, and promote your great relationships for 2024? That's what I want to know. Because I already know some of y'all don't have answers because you haven't thought about it. But look, I am here to help you not only think about it, but get it so ingrained in your spirit that when you think of something, it's going to be manifested. That is the power of creating your life. You hear me, y'all? That's the power of creating your life. You have got to be savage with everything that you do that's positioning yourself for what you want in the future. You hear what I'm saying? That means being savage with not letting your past get into your future. You can't let that get in your way. And part of that means practicing just being okay with what is and what isn't. And this, y'all, this is why I could go to those Atlanta restaurants. The service is poor. It doesn't have, listen, the service is poor. The food's no good. The experience is just all bad. And yet, I don't let that deter me from whatever my goal was. Because see, if I'm going to brunch with the intention of having a business meeting, all that other stuff doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but in the scheme of things, I'm not going to let it take me off my game. Because the thing is, I want you guys to start thinking about your life, right? I want you to think about your life from the perspective of from the time you wake up in the morning until the time you go to bed. The entire world and universe is a yes to you. Okay? I want you to look at your life and know that from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, the entire world, universes. Okay, check this out. And see, now I can't just say world. I can't just say world. Universes. Okay, we got a call, y'all. Woo! Let's get that hand clap for my first caller. All right, caller. You're on the air. Who we got? Hey, Jewel. What's up, Jewel? What's popping? I'm doing excellent. And let me tell you, first of all, thank you for calling. I appreciate every caller. I appreciate you. Well, Joel, that's a great question. Thank you for that question. And I actually get asked that a lot. And let me tell you, because because when I started CrossFit Icons, it was almost 13 years ago. So I want you to think about this. If you know what CrossFit is, 13 years ago, here I was, a Black woman in the South, in Snellville, doing this fitness modality that by and large at that time it was mostly a white boy sport. Okay, that's just the truth. It was a white boy sport. We in the South, people at the time, they didn't really work out like that. I'm from California, so it was totally different. So I had to figure out a way to grow my business. Okay, I started in my garage with my neighbors, walking in my subdivision, and I started asking them, "Hey, look, you want to try out this new thing?" I wasn't calling it CrossFit because nobody knew what the hell that was. I said, "You want to try out this new thing that's gonna get you in shape?" And they started saying, "Sure, I'll try it out." You know, I wasn't charging anybody. But what happened when I got like 5 or 6 neighbors, again, for free, 5 or 6 neighbors, I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get a commercial space. And do you know, none of those neighbors came. None of them came. Once I said, listen, I'm going to start charging you guys a little something. They all dropped out on me, Jewel. They all dropped out on me. Yeah, so I had to figure out how I was going to bring people into my gym. So that meant, number one, think about it this way, because this is what I teach. Think about it. Who's my ideal client? Most of the people that knew about CrossFit were white. And a lot of people don't say this, but the truth is, a lot of times when white people see a Black person's business, they think that business is for Black people. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes. So we always have to work a lot harder at the same things, okay? And I'm just keeping it totally transparent. And because not many Black people, if any, knew about CrossFit, me bringing people to the gym and growing customers meant that first, I've got to educate people because people don't know what this thing is. And over the years, over the 13 years, I've taken so many programs. I've followed so many different methodologies, which is how I became an expert. And then last year in November 2022, I started experimenting with artificial intelligence because I needed ways to grow my business without me having to grow my business. How can I multiply? How can I 10x my life, right? And the other thing too is I want you to think about this too. Business, health, relationships, all of that are things that we create in our life, okay? They're not separate. So although I'm talking about CrossFit Icons, that's a CrossFit gym that I own, there is no separation. Like I cannot be successful with CrossFit Icons if I'm not successful in my relationships, if I'm not successful in my health, okay? A lot of people will believe that they can carry on like, oh, I have a great marriage, but my career, my job sucks. People they will live their life like that. But the reality is, see, you cannot create the success. You cannot create the abundance and the freedom that you want in your life when you have a distinction in those areas. So AI, that gave me a way to automate a lot of things in my business so that I can then focus on other things. I can focus on fixing relationships in my life. I could focus on growing icons without having to be in icons. So it was really just a way to figure out how can I expand my life, right? And help other people expand their life. Because my ultimate goal is I want people to have the life that they want. And that means, like I said before the break, that means that they got to have the bread. They got to have the money. Because the thing is, if you are struggling and you are always thinking about how I'm going to pay this, how I'm going to pay that, that is going to take up space in your mind that you need to practice manifesting the things that you want in your life. Does that make sense? Yeah, yeah. You know what? I love this question. Thank you, Jewel. And you want to? I'll answer it off here. Or excuse me. Let me answer this question. I love this question, and let me tell you why. Because I come from a marginalized community. Most Black people come from marginalized communities, and I've said AI is a game changer. AI gives us access to communities and things that we wouldn't normally have access to. And I'm going to give you an example. I want you to think about a time where you had a great idea, a brilliant idea, but then you also thought, well, damn, how am I going to make that happen? I have a dope idea for an app, but I don't know how to code. I don't know math. I have a great idea for Google Maps, a way to expand Google Maps or something like that, but you don't have, like, your brain power does not match the ideas that you have. AI for marginalized communities, AI gives us a way to get those genius ideas out of our brain and to the public or wherever we needed to get. See, I don't have to go learn a bunch of coding. I don't have to go learn a bunch of math. That's just one example. I can get the stuff out of my brain that my brain is not smart enough to figure out, okay? For lack of a better way of saying it. That's number one. And then number two, in the future, I look at AI replacing. So think about this. When it comes to medicine, getting medicine, getting treatment, all of that, Black people are marginalized. We don't get the treatment we need. That's why we have the highest cases of cancer deaths, the highest cases of infant mortality, all of this stuff. And we probably all know Black people that won't go to the doctor because they don't want to pay the co-pays, they don't have the money for the medicine, all of that stuff. But check this out. When AI can replace doctors, okay, so look, this is doctors, and I get excited. So sorry if I'm talking too fast. Doctors need sleep. Doctors have biases. Doctors can be narrow minded when they're trained in a certain field of expertise. So they can be lacking knowledge in important areas. And sometimes they just are not great doctors. Robots and AI, we don't have to deal with that. So suppose someone needs a surgery. Let's say a Black woman, maybe she's in her 60s, has diabetes, you know. Let's say robots get to the point where they can, I don't know, they can do kidney replacements. Just think of any surgery. They can replace a doctor. The robots aren't going to have those biases. The robots aren't going to need sleep. The robots, of course, they're going to be controlled by a human. And this is my opinion. I don't know if it's actually coming, but these are areas that I think AI could be greatly beneficial for our communities or any community that is marginalized, because now we can take the politics out of it. The robots are not political. We can take the politics out of who deserves treatment and who doesn't deserve treatment. All right, so those are some of the things. So look, I'm your girl Keefa. You've been listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. You guys make sure you download that app so you can tap in. We're going to take another commercial break, but stick around because on the other side of the break, I'm going to elaborate on some of the AI stuff and how you can use it to grow your business, improve your business, and kick off 2024 with a business bang. All right, y'all. We'll be back. What's up? What's up? It's your girl Keefa, and you're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa only on 101 TKO Radio. 101 TKO Radio. Download that app, y'all. Make sure you download that app. It's the best way to listen to us. Yes, yes. Savage Talk with Keefa, y'all. 101 TKO Radio. We're back. All right, so thank y'all for tuning in. Prior to the break, we've talked about a lot of things. We talked about Keith Lee. We've talked about building your businesses, creating your life, fixing those relationships, all of that stuff. So look, now I want to go in a little bit. I'm going to change the topic just a little bit. Earlier, I talked about what you need to do to position yourself for 2024. If you've got a small business, how do you position yourself so that you don't have to struggle to make money? Okay, I talked about plug, the real PPP, plug, position, and promote. Plug, position, and promote. These are the number one things business owners need to be doing. Stop focusing on the tedious tasks that don't bring in the money. Did you know that 20% of your customers are going to spend the most money with you? Did you know that? So, how are you getting to that 20%? Well, plug, position, and promote. Plug, position, and promote. Write that down. The real PPP. I coined that. I'm going to tell you all about it. Plug, position, and promote. Okay, you heard it here first on 101 TKO Radio, Savage Talk with your girl Keefa. So look, before I go into it, let me give you that call-in line again, 678-439-7419, 678-439-7419. Always knocking them out the box, always and always. All right, let me get to it. Plug. Listen, everybody in the hood know what a plug is. The plug is going to get you the stuff that you need or put you in front of the people that got the stuff that you need. That's what a plug is. Plug. The right people with the right stuff at the right time. Now, what does that mean for a business owner? How do you get plugged? Well, you got to network. You got to know people. Because what's the plug going to do in business? A plug is going to get you somewhere that you normally wouldn't have access to. A plug is going to get you something that you normally wouldn't have access to. So plugs are important in all areas of life. Don't you know there's people out there who are happily married because somebody plugged them in to meeting somebody else? Don't you know there's people out here that have wonderful, wonderful service dogs that came from, and the reason why I mention service dogs is because I work with veterans, and a lot of veterans have service dogs. There are people who have wonderful, wonderful service dogs that came from the pound, the shelter. Why? Because, see, somebody gave them a plug and said, look, you need to go up to such and such shelter because I seen a dog there that I think would fit with your service dog program. Don't you know that the plugs can tell you where the cheap good gas is? Like, I'm giving you real world examples where you probably have received a plug somewhere in your life, but you don't recognize that as an opportunity. Okay, so write that down if you need to. The plug is the opportunity that will get you in places or get you products that you normally would not have access to. Now, how do you get the plug? How do you get the plug to plug you? Nelson, how would you answer that? How would you get, in business, how would you get the plug to plug you?
I think you got to be approachable. You got to market yourself in order for even the plug to notice you, you know.
Yes, that's one answer. But I'm going to share with you guys the number one answer. When you want a plug to plug you, you have to approach them with how you're going to help them. Because see, the plug don't need your help, but you got to be resourceful because they don't recognize the area that you can help them. So for example, let me give you a real world example. Let's say you want to get on the radio station, right? You want to get on the radio station. That's probably a common one. What do people do? They approach the station owner or whatever it is, and they say, how can I get on the station, man? Look, I got stuff to talk about. What I need to do to get on the station.
All the time.
Right? All the time. What I need to do to get on the station. So what's the plug gonna say? Well, man, look, we looked up. Who are you, number one? Who are you? How'd you get in here? See, that is not the way to do it, but that's what most people are out there doing. If I am a radio station owner, what are the most likely things that I need help with? Right? Now, I'm not a radio station owner, so I really don't know those answers. But it is your job. If you want that radio station owner to plug you, it's your job to figure out what they need help in, and you help them, and you approach them with that help so that you give them an offer they cannot refuse. Let's just say, for example, it's their social media. They need somebody to manage their social media page. You have got to approach them with a whole outline. Boom, boom, boom. I checked your social media out. I see where this is missing, that's missing. This is what I can do for you. In fact, I already got a mock-up done. What do you think they're going to say then? Right? So this is where the old adage goes. To get what you want, you have got to help people get what they want. And then you do not have to struggle to get plugged. So it is a whole mindset shift. It really is a mindset shift. You have got to figure out how you can help people. Okay? How can you help your plug? I get approached every single day with people wanting me to buy stuff, with people wanting me to help them with stuff, with people wanting me to, I'll give you a good example because this is common. I own a gym. So I get approached all the time from therapists, from chiropractors, from people that sell protein powders, all kind of stuff. Hey lady, how can I get you to carry this in your gym? How can I come and do XYZ for your members? Whatever it is. But the thing is, they have got to figure out how to take work off my plate. They have got to figure out where I actually need the help. Because if you approach me with something that I don't need and I don't know, like, and trust you, I'm going to tell you to kick rocks and hit the road. That's if you even get a response. See, one of the things as business owners, the more business you have, the less time you have to waste with tire kickers and people trying to just zap your time. So if you want to get to the level where you can turn away people like that, which means you just have a great business and you're making money and you don't have time to deal with people who don't know what the heck they're doing. When you need to get plugged, do your research. Find out how you can help that plug, make their life easier. Because if you approach someone and you're going to make their life easier, and I want you to think about it from this too. Think about a relationship. Ladies, you get a man, he approach you, he say, hey baby, look, I want to take care of you. You ain't got to work. I'm not taking you to Chili's or Applebee's or Cheesecake Factory. I'm not taking you to none of them bum restaurants. I'm going to take you wherever you want to go in whatever country you want to go in. Right? So think about it. A man approaches you, he's going to make your life easier. And he leads with how I'm going to make your life easier versus the person that's going to approach you. Hey, baby, what's up? What's up? You trying to go out or what? Oh, yeah, you want to go out? You want to go out? Okay. What about that Chili's, that Applebee's? You good with that? I mean, some people might be, but look, you're causing me more work. And maybe this person says, look, can you meet me up there? Meet me up there about 7:30. No, already it's a no. Because now you're causing me more work. I got to get in my car. I got to drive. You want to take me somewhere, that I don't want to go to. So my answer is going to be no. It's always going to be no. That is how to not get the plug. You don't want to be that person. Okay? So you always have to lead with how you're going to help them in their life and business. Because trust me, every business owner that is busy would love for someone to come up to them and say, hey, baby, let me take this off your plate. I checked out your website. I see you have XYZ errors. I already replaced it. Look, tell me what you think about it. If you like this, I'll manage your website for you. I'll manage your social media for you. These are just examples. These are all just examples. But it's your job to do the research when you want to get the plug. And I promise you, not only is that going to increase the chance that you're going to get a yes, you're going to learn from that. And your business is going to be better because it's true. The universe gives you back what you put out. And if you give out stingy energy and you don't want to help anybody, guess what you're going to get back? Stingy energy, and people aren't going to help you. The best thing you can do, remember I talked about earlier on the show, if you missed it, what I said was you want the world, this world, every universe, from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to bed at night, and even while you're resting and in that good REM sleep, you want the universe to always be a yes to you. And not only do you want it to always be a yes, you don't want to have to struggle to receive all the blessings and abundance that the universe has for you. That only comes when you don't have stingy energy, when you believe in helping people, when you are transparent, right? When you're transparent and you move from a place of integrity, okay? And I mean a place of integrity in all areas of your life. So you can't be out there being honest with your customers, but you got 5 girlfriends you lying to at the house. See, that don't work. People think it works, but the universe cannot make you successful. The universe cannot give you the abundance and freedom when you are out of integrity. You have to create your life, right? Remember I said our lives, health, wealth, and relationships from a point of integrity and transparency. Okay, so this is the plug. This is all getting back to how are you going to get the plug? Now, why is a plug important when you're growing a business? The plug gets you access to be in places you normally wouldn't have access to. The plug gets you products and services that you normally wouldn't have access to. Okay? I'm going to give you an example, a real world example. And I'm also going to talk about with AI, because this is the other reason why I love AI. I want you to think about AI as another plug. AI can get you in front of audiences that you normally wouldn't have access to. And I'll give you an example. So I'm in the fitness industry. I'm in the retreat industry. I'm in the cannabis industry. So I got lots of things that I do, but I'm going to use my fitness, we'll talk about icons as an example. So of course I own a gym. I coach people. I show people how to live their best life, how to get fit, all of that stuff. Now, as part of that, I also understand and know the importance of a peaceful mind, meditation, and stress relief because fitness, working out, is a form of relieving stress, right? So, with that said, I was able to use AI to create content about relieving stress, and I was able to present that to an audience I normally wouldn't have access to. Even though I'm in the fitness industry, I was able to speak on a huge stage teaching how to reduce stress and burnout in the workplace. Now, all of that is because AI was my plug. And I created something that allowed me to be in front of people that I normally wouldn't have access to. This is how you can 10x your business. This is how you get in front of people that can be your ideal client. They should be. You should be creating content that's for your ideal client. So this is how I was able to get in front of those people that are my ideal clients and share with them what I do. So I was able to help more people. And as a result, I was able to build more clients, sell more products and services, and grow my business. And now a lot more people know about icons. So that's just one example. Okay, that's just one example. AI is a plug. AI is a plug. Okay, so this is how you can grow your business. How much time do I have? This is how you can grow your business toward the end of the year. All right, you guys, so stick around. We're coming up on another commercial break. I'm Keefa. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa only on 101 TKO Radio, knocking them out the box always and always. We'll be back. What's up? What's up, y'all? I'm back. It's your girl Keefa. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa, only on 1 TKO Radio, knocking them out the box. Boom! Always and always. Listen, y'all know I love that. Y'all know my background is martial arts, so anytime I can pretend like I'm throwing hands, I'm all about that life, y'all. You know I ain't gonna fight in real life. I got too much going on, too much to lose. But I can show talk that mess like I'm gonna throw some hands. So thank you guys for tuning in. Before the break, I was talking about my PPP. My PPP. Do y'all remember what it was? Plug, position, and promote. What are you doing to grow your businesses? For 2024, we're already in November. I talked about the plug. Everybody needs plugs everywhere. AI is a plug. What you need to do, go through your Rolodex. Okay, that's what we used to call it back in the day. I know it ain't called a Rolodex no more. Get your phones, get your iPhones, get your Androids, pull out all your people, take some notes, write down some potential plugs. You might already have them in your Rolodex. You already got them in your phone, got the contacts. Go ahead, make a note. People you want to contact. But look, before you contact them, do exactly what I told you to do. Figure out how you can help them. How are you going to make their life easier? Before you ever ask them to plug you with anything, you ask them how you can help them. But you should already know. So that's the first thing. Plug. Number 2, position. What are you doing to position yourself and your business so that you are the only choice, the only option that your ideal client would ever think about doing business with? How are you positioning yourself? How are you positioning yourself? So what does positioning mean? All right, well, I'm glad you guys asked. I am glad you asked. What is positioning? Positioning is setting yourself up. How are you going to maneuver so that you can lead your ideal clients to the only likely decision, which is buying your product or service? That is what positioning is. It's like playing chess. You are setting up your moves. That means you are looking toward the future. That means when you know your ideal outcome, when you know your ideal client, you can work backwards and create all the content and everything you need that positions you as the only likely, perfect, best person to solve their problems. That's what positioning is. And most of us are positioning and we're not even aware of it. And when we're not aware that we still are always positioning, most of the times we're positioning to the wrong people, to the wrong places, and positioning the wrong things. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you're creating content and you're just creating willy-nilly content that's not helping your ideal clients tease you out of a crowd, okay? Because listen, if you're selling a product, there's hundreds of thousands of people selling the same product. If you're selling a service, there's hundreds of thousands of people selling the same service. And then there's even more of those people doing the same things that we don't know about. Right? Just like rappers, musicians. There's thousands and thousands of great musicians and rappers you ain't never heard about. Right? For whatever reason. Sometimes they let themselves stop themselves because they don't feel like they're good enough. Whatever the reason is, there are thousands and thousands of people just like you doing the same thing. And actually, that's a great thing because, see, if you are in a niche or a field that has a lot of money in it, there's going to be a lot of people there. It's a reason why there's hundreds and thousands of people in the fitness industry selling waist shapers and booty bands. You know, there's a reason for this market. When there's a lot of people in that market, that's a great thing. What you've got to focus on, though, is positioning yourself. So when somebody is ready to buy that thing that you sell or that service that you sell, you're the first person that pops up in their head. That's who you want to be. And not only do you want to be the first, you do want to be the best. But do you know that most businesses that are the number one in that field, do you know that most of the time they're not the best? That's a fact. Think about it. If you have a taste for a hamburger, are you going to McDonald's because it's the best? Maybe their fries are the best. But think about it. Think about in a day, the places that you go, the money that you spend. When you fill up your gas tank, are you going to QT because it's the best? Right. We're not going to QT because it's the best. Hell, we still go to QT even though people say it ain't 100% gas. Right? We will still go to QT. Why? Mostly because of convenience. And then you know the other reason why I go to QT? Because they always greet me. And they are always nice. Them cashiers, it does not matter what's going on with their day. I've never had a problem with a QT cashier. What you think, Nelson? Chime in.
That's you're absolutely right. I mean, that's just like why a lot of people go to Chick-fil-A. They go to Moe's. They always say, welcome to Moe's.
And I promise you, Moe's is not the best burrito. It's not the best nothing. Okay? No, I just got to keep it real. Moe's is not the best nothing. But that welcome to Moe's, we like to be greeted. Okay? People are creatures of habit. See, when they know you and they buy something from you, the chances are real high that if you solve another one of their problems, they're going to keep buying from you. Okay? See, that's the secret sauce right there. You keep solving their problems, they're going to keep coming to you. Because people don't want to get to know somebody new. They don't want to have to build up trust and do all of that with somebody new. This is why they ask their friends and family for recommendations. Because they want to take the fact that you know, you already put the time in. You know I can trust them. I know I can go with it. And the chances are slim that they just going to rob me or do a poor job. So as a business owner, though, my job is to position myself so that people can know, like, and trust me over the competitors. Now, you can do that with content. That is how we can do that, right? We can do that with content. This is how we can compete with major players by positioning ourselves with content. Now, how do we do that? You've got to become an edu-creator, right? So you have got to educate while you create that content. So people get to know who you are, know what you stand for, and know absolutely without a shadow of a doubt that you can solve their problem. Edu-creator. Okay, you hear what I said? I'll say it again. Edu-create. Remember we used to say, yeah, I'm educated. Now we can say I'm educated, right? I am educated. So that is the goal. When you position yourself, you got to educate people so they know what you're selling. They know how you're different. They know how you're going to help them. They don't care if you get on camera and your hair ain't done. Y'all be worried about the wrong things because the only thing they listening to for that 0.002 seconds is to see if you got something that's going to help them with their problem. That's a fact. Think about it. I promise you on God that is a fact. If somebody has the answer to your problem that you've been struggling with for years and years, do you care if that wig look bad? And I'm telling y'all, I tested this theory because I did a live and I wore a Rick James wig. Okay? I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was decent. See, I'm not a big wig person, so sometimes I be throwing wigs on off the shelf, and y'all know that look crazy. Like I wouldn't wear it out in public nowhere, but I'll get on the live with a messed up wig because I already know they don't care about my wig if I'm solving the problem. And I proved the point. I wore a Rick James wig. I look like Rick James. I didn't realize it. I thought I was looking like I'm trying to think. I don't know. Nobody looks like Rick James but Rick James and me that day. So but so that's the thing. You have got to position yourself by creating content that not only educates people so they know where you stand, but it's also content that's going to bring them into your tribe so that they get the opportunity to get to know you, especially if your business is all online. Okay, but I always recommend, even with businesses that are all online, y'all need to get out there in the public. Whatever grocery stores you go into, you still need to be talking to people about what you do. You have got to have your elevator pitch where you talk to people in 15 seconds. They know what you do, they know what you're selling. But guess what? If I ask most people that I ask, okay, because the first step, if I'm coaching somebody, I'm going to ask you, who is your ideal client? And do you know that most business owners don't know who their ideal client is? And the reason is because in this digital world that we are in now, where everybody has pretty much everybody has access to the internet, TikTok, and they know that they can sell something. And I'm talking about, like, for example, people who make shea butter products, the black soaps, and they make a bunch of stuff at the house. So what happens is they figured out a way to solve their, let's say, eczema or psoriasis with these products. And then they decide, I want to help other people. I want to help other people solve their eczema and psoriasis problems. But the problem is those people that have eczema and psoriasis, they don't know you exist. So how do you get them to know you exist? That is where your edu-created content comes. That is how you position yourself. Because if you just say, I sell shea butter, well, the person that's got the eczema or the psoriasis doesn't know that your shea butter cured your eczema and psoriasis. So if you're not talking the language that they understand, it doesn't matter what you say on your live or what Rick James wig you have on. It's not going to resonate with them. So look, that is positioning. That is positioning. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is promoting. When I say promote, what do you guys think? So the old school folks is going to think flyers, putting flyers on cars, promote the party. We got a block party coming up. So look, I'm going to delve into that after this break. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Come back because I want y'all to learn about this promoting, okay? I'm Keefa. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Keefa. You are listening to Savage Talk with Keefa, only on 101 TKO Radio. Y'all, I get excited when I'm talking about making money. I ain't gonna lie. I get so excited. Nelson, I know, probably looking at me crazy, but when I start talking about marketing, I see growing businesses. Then I see freedom. I see abundance. I see doing all the things that you guys want to do in your life. I promise you. So, before the break, I was talking about promoting. Said I was going to talk a little bit about promoting. So first, let me recap. I talked about plug, getting the plug. How do you get the plug? Then I talked about positioning. How do you position yourself? You are a educreator. And lastly, and just to remind y'all, this is my PPP. And I'm not talking about a loan where a lot of people end up going to jail or not doing what they were supposed to do with it. I'm talking about the PPP that every business owner needs to be focusing on. That is putting into your business so that you can have the business growth that is going to get you the life that you want, the life that you deserve, that is already ordained. So stop struggling. Listen, y'all, I'm not even a churchy person, but I believe in God. And I believe that God already did the heavy lifting. I always say that. If you believe that Jesus came, died on the cross, all of that good stuff, the hard work was done. So why do you insist on struggling and living a life of struggle when you do not have to? The hard work was done. All right, so I digress. Going back to promoting. So I talked about when you hear the word promote, I got to promote my business. What do you think about? Putting flyers on cars. Y'all, I did that. When I first opened Icons, I was at LA Fitness. I was at Planet Fitness. I was at Kroger's, grocery stores. I was at those places putting flyers on cars until the security guard said, "Hello, ma'am. That's not legal." Yeah, okay. I thank you, sir. I didn't realize that. I'll go home. As soon as he went back in, I finished up that parking lot. But you know what? That didn't get me the results I wanted. Why? Because I was just indiscriminately promoting to people who didn't know me. So how could they like me if they didn't know me? I didn't know if they were right for CrossFit. I just made the assumption that because they were going to LA Fitness, they would like CrossFit. That was my ignorance, you guys. See, you have to know who your ideal client is. If you are guessing at who your ideal client is, you're just going to waste money and waste time, get frustrated, and eventually say, look, it may not be for me. Maybe this is not the right business. You're going to be all discouraged thinking that it's you, but it's not your fault. You don't know what you don't know. Just like I don't know what I don't know. And the most dangerous things is not knowing what you don't know. See, I know I don't know how to speak French. I know I don't know how to speak Mandarin. Those are things I know I don't know. But I never knew. See, back then, I didn't know I needed to know who my ideal client was. I just thought that I could put flyers on cars and somebody would eventually say, oh, CrossFit, that's a workout. But that's not what happened. Nobody knew what CrossFit was. So I wasn't educating them. I was just making flyers that said CrossFit Icons, you can come join us. So what I was doing was sharing about CrossFit when people had no idea what it was. So it did not resonate with them. I was so happy that I had opened up a CrossFit gym and now I was legal. I had my affiliate fees paid and I could say CrossFit, and I could tell the people who weren't legal CrossFit affiliates, y'all can't use the name CrossFit. Y'all stop using the name CrossFit. I'm the only CrossFit queen around here. Meanwhile, nobody knew what the heck I was talking about. Nobody was signing up because they had no idea. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know if it would work for them. They just had no idea. But here I was leading with the what. Right? That's what a lot of business owners do. We lead with the product before we even know if this person needs the product. We are promoting, like in my case, I was promoting a modality, a methodology, right? It just has the name CrossFit, but that's all it is. It's a methodology, a modality that gets people in shape. Now, what if I would have said, instead of putting CrossFit on those flyers and the name of my business and address and all of that stuff, what if I would have said, hey, ladies and gentlemen, are you struggling to lose that stubborn belly fat? Now, how many people is that going to resonate with? Damn near everybody. Look, if they got a weight shaper at the house, because I can tell you, if you're over a certain age, you're struggling with stubborn belly fat. That's just how it goes. Okay, so what if I would have said that? Or what if I would have said, hey guys, are you struggling to regain your confidence and virility? Now, how many men of a certain age that's gonna resonate with? Hell yeah, they are. Because you know the men, they still want to be the man. They still want to feel like the man. They don't want to feel like they don't got it no more. That's a fact. So now when you are promoting, you've got to speak the language that your ideal client speaks. Have you ever been to a party and wasn't nobody there? Oh yeah. Listen, have you ever thrown, exactly, just you and crickets. You ever thrown a party and nobody's there? You guys, so let me tell you, it's a little backstory. Now, I used to have my own band. We got about 9 minutes, so I'll make it quick. I used to have my own band. A lot of people don't know that about me. I have a hip-hop dancing background. I have my own rock band, and we had this cat that saw us in the club one night. We were playing, and he said he was going to book us for this Amsterdam, this whole European tour. Well, it was a magnificent experience. However, half of the tour, it was us and the winos, maybe one or two winos in the club, right? Now, here we are. I want to know, how did you promote this event? So the promoter, he obviously didn't know how to promote us because he was a great promoter and he had some huge events. But check it out. He didn't know who our ideal listener was. Because here we are, a black rock band. Okay, you could think George Clinton, P-Funk. You could think Mother's Finest. They're actually from Atlanta, I hear, Mother's Finest. You could think Bad Brains, Fishbone. Listen, we was a bomb, I ain't gonna lie. But there is a certain listenership for that type of music. And this promoter, he didn't know who our listenership was. And the reason I know he didn't know is because he couldn't fill the club. You don't want to be that promoter. You don't want to be that promoter, especially for your own business. So knowing how to promote, right? Because promotion actually should come after positioning. That's why I purposely put it after positioning. Because guess what? If you start promoting before you position, you end up with an empty club. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again. If you start promoting before you've positioned, you end up with an empty club. Now, let that resonate with you. Okay? PPP, plug, position, promote. Plug, position, promote. Okay? So you have some things that you can start building for whatever it is you're going to launch for 2024. Because I want everybody in 2024 to make some money, to not struggle, to have all the confidence that your business is going to thrive, that you're going to 10x your life, and you're going to create the life you want with ease, okay? Without struggling. Create the life you want without struggle. Get the customers and clients you want without struggle. So I'm going to tell you, with that said, don't you treat them like these Atlanta restaurants is treating us. Okay? Because for every business, every product and service, there's a Keith Lee out there who's reviewing them. Okay? I want you to think about that. For every product or service, there is a Keith Lee. And you want Keith Lee to be your what P? What P out of the PPP? You want Keith Lee's of the world to be your plug. Nelson, did I nail that? That's what I'm talking about. You want the Keith Lee's of the world to be your plug so that they can help promote your business, because you've already been doing the positioning. So now when the Keith Lee rolls around and he has your food or whatever it is, because you've done such a great job positioning yourself, all he's got to do is come and finish it off and put that cherry on top of that cake, send it to his 14.5 million TikTokers. Man, imagine how easy it would be with 14.5 people looking at your product. That Keith Lee said, listen, y'all, go support this girl's business. I checked it out. It's got my stamp of approval. In fact, it's the best croissant. It's the best shea butter. It's the best, candles. It's the best waffle, chicken and waffles, whatever it is. Imagine if he says, it is the best that I've had. And y'all need to check it out. Boom. Y'all, listen, it doesn't get better than that. It really doesn't get better than that. Having great products and services. Getting to that point, yeah, we fail a lot, but you learn from those failures. And I hope that these Atlanta brunch businesses, I hope they learn from this, because they've been complete failures. The only reason they haven't known they've been failures is because in Atlanta, we've been in a position where they're the only places we can go for brunch. So we've been taking that abuse. We've been paying that 18% gratuity. We've been dealing with the waiters and waitresses with bad teeth and dirty fingernails and waiting an hour and 45 minutes just to get in, and 45 minutes just to get served, and 45 minutes to get the food. And then 45 minutes to get the doggone check to find out it's got the 18% on there gratuity when we got nothing gratuitous. So you guys, to me, that's crazy. That's crazy. Don't you be that person. You position yourself so that you create an authentic, transparent relationship with your ideal client so that they know, they like, and they trust you, so that when you solve one problem, they're going to buy from you when you solve the next problem. They're going to buy from you when you solve the next problem. That, you guys, is how you build your tribe. And not only how you build your tribe, how you build your tribe of loyal, raving fans that love you, that will go to the ends of the earth, staying in your programs, buying your products and services. They're going to be your ride or die clients, and they're going to stick with you. And that, y'all, listen, let me tell you, that's savage. Because, see, that's the key. That's the secret. That's the secret to success. Not having to struggle. Making money shouldn't be a struggle. And if you tell yourself it's going to be hard, it's going to be exactly what you say it is. So from this day on, especially if you're tuning in to Savage Talk with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 to 7 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday, from this moment on, I want you to create everything in your life with ease. From the moment you wake up, good morning, the universe is a yes. To good evening, the universe is a yes. So you help people. You treat them with respect, and the world will always be a yes to you. With that said, y'all, I'm your girl, Keefa, your AI Savage. You've been listening to Savage Talk with Keefa, only on 101 TKO Radio, knocking them out the box always and always. That's my show for tonight, y'all. Check me out every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. 101 TKO Radio, 101 TKO Radio, y'all. I'm Keefa, and I'm out.